Wacky TV presents 10 famous child celebs you would never recognize today. Life is unpredictable. You may never know what's going to happen the next movement. The same is true for celebrities, particularly Hollywood celebrities. One day you're on top of the world, and an average person the next day. You're famous one movement, and go into oblivion another movement. In this video, you'll get to know about 10 famous child celebs who you would never recognize today. As we get ready to take a trip between the past and the present, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. All you need to do is click on the red subscribe button and give the great bell a ring to turn on the notifications. So let's take a trip to the memory lane. Number 1. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan is an American actress, businesswoman, fashion designer, and singer. Born and raised in New York, Lohan was signed to Ford Models as a child. She first entered into our lives when she acted in the remake of The Parent Trap, and immediately became a Disney favorite. She played the other leading roles in movies such as Freaky Friday and Mean Girls. She was both talented and adorable. She became one of the most sought-after actresses in Hollywood. But Lindsay too was not untouched by hard times. When it seemed that her life fell apart, a lot of that would be further explained as her family began speaking out. As Lindsay was working through the problems of her life, she also had some work done on her face, which made her look even more different from what she looked like when she was a kid. Regardless of whether or not we recognized her, she still has a loyal fan base that's cheering her on for her big comeback. Number 2, Aaron Carter. If you grew up back in the 90s and early 2000s, you would remember the iconic boy band, the Backstreet Boys. Nick Carter was the pretty boy of the group, who garnered most of the teenage girl crushes. Then came Aaron Carter, Nick's younger brother, into the mix, and Piggy. Backed off of Nick's success, it seems that every young girl's cup runneth over. Now there were two adorable singing guys. Aaron looked like a younger version of Nick, which appeased the younger fan base. But when Aaron's fame waned, what happened to him? You can hardly recognize the grown-up Aaron, who quite a bit of ink tattooed on him. He's changed from the little kid we once knew him to be. Aaron's life turned upside down and he's been handcuffed because of his addictions. The relationship between the brothers is also not without problems. Life is a bit chaotic for Aaron, which explains why he looks so different today. Number 3, Stephen Anthony Lawrence. Being a fan of Disney Channel's Even Stevens, you might remember Beans, who is played by Stephen Anthony Lawrence. The character was arcane and had an obsession over bacon, which most of us can relate to. Being a unique kid with a good look, Stephen played the role with total commitment. Having been typecast, Stephen found it difficult to get another acting job that would help him pay his bills. He was found working as a Santa's helper at a local mall in Southern California in December 2015. And the internet went nuts. People flocked over to the Sun Valley Shopping Center in Concord, California, and Stephen became a sensation from all the selfies that he appeared in. Nevertheless, people were completely shocked to see how different he looked. Nobody imagined how soon could he age. Had someone not recognized him? We might have walked right by. Also, the guy hasn't even at the age of 30 and yet he looks a lot older than that. In fact, Stephen is looking more like a young Wallace Shawn than is even Stephen's persona. Number 4, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Known as the Olsen twins, Mary-Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen are American fashion designers and former child actresses. Because the twins were so popular and had soaring career aside from the show, which included their own book series, TV show, and even movies. Then they soon disappeared from the spotlight. People were curious to find out about the Olsen twins, and they were shocked to see them all grown up. Compared with when they were kids, they don't even look like the same. They were wide-eyed girls who stole our hearts so many years ago. The girls have clearly been living life, plus possibly having some work done on their faces. Number 5, Susan Olsen. Do you know who played the Cindy Brady in the hit show, The Brady Bunch, from 1969 to 1974? It was Susan Olsen. Susan was the youngest child in the Brady family and played the cute and adorable moments on camera. She played her character with much sweetness and innocence. But, can it be assumed that Susan would maintain that image throughout her life? Well, that doesn't exactly happen in our lives, and she doesn't look anything like her Cindy Brady image. Of course, several decades have gone by and that's to be expected. Susan has also found herself in a bit of trouble when she got into an online fight with the gay actor. She was fired from her job at a Los Angeles radio station. Number 6, Jake Lloyd. If you're a part of the entertainment industry, don't expect flexibility. When Jake Lloyd was just a kid, he was selected to play Anakin Skywalker. The adorable little boy became Darth Vader in Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace. Soon Jake was thrown into a demanding film schedule, plus recording voiceovers for video games, as well as doing a promotional tour after Star Wars. But Jake tried to live as normal a life as possible and put his acting career in the backseat. However, fate has a lot of struggles for Jake. In 2016, he was taken into custody after a high-speed car chase in South Carolina. Jack's mother said that he'd been dealing with mental illness and was diagnosed with schizophrenia. He was behind bars for 10 months before he was finally moved to a psychiatric facility. Jack is a typical example of a personality that you could be on top of the world one moment and then find yourself struggling at the next. Today, Jack looks like a completely different person when you see photos of Jake from his Star Wars days. Number 7. Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Carson Culkin, an American actor and musician, started his acting career as a child actor. He became widely known for his role of Kevin McAllister in the Christmas film, Home Alone. He was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. When he was a child star in the Home Alone franchise, and other movies like Richie Rich and Uncle Buck, to even appearing in one of Michael Jackson's music videos. Macaulay was an adorable kid and one would believe he would grow the same way. But he was a guy who was real thin, gaunt and looked like he was using some stuff. Macaulay denied doing anything illegal, and the world was worried. Today, putting on some weight, Macaulay seems to be getting back into the acting world even though he looks nothing like he did when he was a child. He looks much healthier, and hangs out with Paris Jackson, allowing her give him a pedicure. How cute. Number 8, Amanda Bynes. Amanda Laura Bynes is an American actress, comedian and fashion designer. From the time she was 7, Amanda Bynes was in front of a camera. Bynes rose to prominence as a child star in the late 1990s and early 2000s, on the Nickelodeon series, All That, and The Amanda Show. Having a knack for comedy, she was much acclaimed. However, as soon as she announced her retirement from acting, her life has taken a turbulent turn. She was seen wearing handcuffs, getting into trouble and was showing signs of a psychotic break. The latter eventually happened. During this period, she became a shadow of her former self and appeared unrecognizable, but in a negative way. But today she has weathered through her storms and she's getting better. She wishes to return to acting. Though she may still look unrecognizable, but she is looking a lot better than she did before. So that's at least a positive change. Number 9, Edward Furlong. Edward Walter Furlong is an American actor and musician. A former teen idol, Furlong won Saturn and MTV Movie Awards for his breakthrough performance as John Connor in Terminator 2: Judgment Day. As a teen idol, Edward Furlong was once the reason a lot of young girls started liking boys. Unlike other child celebs and teen idols, Edward definitely aged unconventional, and that's putting it nicely. He's still busy as he's getting work. He appeared in American History X, along with several other movies, plus TV shows, like CSI New York. Compared with how he looked as a kid, Edwards wouldn't look like the same person. Edward faced some legal trouble after he got into some disagreements with his girlfriend, which didn't help his public image. Anyway, you can definitely see his age, and it's quite possible, but he probably had some work done on his face to make himself look younger. If this is the case, that will explain why we sure don't recognize him at all. Number 10, Brian Bonzel. Brian Eric Bonzel is an American rock musician, singer, guitarist and former child actor. He is perhaps best known for his roles as Andrew "Andy" Keaton, the youngest child on the NBC sitcom Family Ties from 1986 until 1989, and Alexander Rozhenko, the son of Worf and K'Ehleyr, on Star Trek: The Next Generation from 1992 to 1994. Brian Bonzel played the little brother of Michael J. Fox in the hit show, Family Ties. We remember him as the adorable little boy with a bad bowl cut. You just wanted to pinch those little cheeks, give him a hug and play games with him all day. As you would know that Peter Pan and Neverland are definitely fiction. It seems that time hasn't been the nicest to Brian. Have you seen him lately? Brian quit acting in 1995 and became involved in the punk music scene. However, when you look at some of his latest pics, you think that's not all. It's hard to believe that is the same kid, but it is. Brian found himself in trouble with the law a few times. He has also got some serious tattoos. Who knows what other things he was getting involved into. It seems though that lately he has cleaned up his act, and which is great. Even with his life back on the straight and narrow, he doesn't look anything like he did when he was playing Andy on Family Ties. Thanks for taking time out to watch the video. And tell us which child celeb is the least recognizable. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and be sure to check out some of our other videos. Until next time. We'll see you later.